We can show and hide this form, but the form doesn't do anything. In room list, we've already made the add room method, so how hard can it be? So what do we need to do to make the form work? We're going to need some state, right? State equals, we can put name and description in here. Just make them blank. Cool. So our inputs should now be bound to that. I think name should probably be an autofocus thing, but I'll wait on that. So value equals this.state.name. On description, value equals this.state.description. That makes it a controlled form, which means right now I can no longer type anything, right? So we need that handled change function. And Eric, this is how I'm accidentally going to answer your question from a long time ago. So let's make handle change. So on change equal this.handle change. Now I'll throw autofocus on there. Don't forget that it's camel cased in JSX. I'll do the same for description. On change equals this.handle change. I might not answer that question quite yet, but we will soon. So how should handle change work? No, this is where we're going to answer the question. So this dot set state. Which property are we changing on state? Well, it's the one that's named event.target.name, right? And the value is event.target.value. But this does not work. This is not valid syntax. The key that we want to change is now in a variable. So what do we do? Not exactly. How about this? Let's make a new variable called update. And we'll just make that an empty object. Now what? Does that give you a hint? How about update square bracket event.target.name equals event.target.value. So I'm making a new object that has a key called whatever the target name is, like description, and has a value, whatever I typed in there. Get it? So I'm making a brand new object that has as its key the key that we want, and then it has the appropriate value there. So that's exactly the kind of object that I need to pass in here. No curly braces around update, right? I'm not changing a key called update. Set state accepts an object as its argument. So we're just building that object separately. Follow? So the thing we're putting in curly braces there is an object that just has one key that is either name or description, and the value is whatever we typed in there.
What if there are like a bunch of nested objects inside state?
Then it's going to take you longer. And you should probably do it a different way. We are ultimately going to do this. I'm going to refactor this later because I don't like this, but because I think it's a little too confusing when we read it. It's like, what? Wait, what now? So we're going to do it a little differently. But this totally works. Yeah.
I don't know if you
I hope.
did this yesterday, but can you go over again like the benefits of using this way?
Basically, I am not the best person to answer this question probably. I have reached that conclusion and then I kind of stopped worrying about it. But basically, if you're going to manage your state with React, manage your state with React, and don't let the DOM manage your state. Yeah, yeah. If you're gonna, it's more consistent. It's how everything else in the app is working. So it's preferable to make your forms work this way too. Make your data live in state, and then just make your UI respond to what's in state. And this is how you do that. So it's a little bit of setup every time, but it does mean you just end up with the right stuff in state, which is React. So let's see if this actually works. Our component is called, well, it's not there yet. Let's show our form. Let's find it. You guys did catch that you can type the name of the component in the React DevTools, right? Instead of having to drill in by hitting the little triangles. So here's room form. I have description and name. Start typing the name. There it is. Start typing the description. Okay. That worked. Oh. I don't remember that sound. I don't remember it sounding like that this morning. So now we need to make the form actually do a thing, right? So room list already has add room. So we need to pass add room down as a prop to room form. Here it is, room form. Add form equals this.add form. Cool. So we'll want a handle submit function. Handle submit equals a thing that receives an event. We'll probably want to prevent default. And we'll call this.props.addRoom. We'll pass in an object that has this name, this.state.name, and this description, this.state.description. Don't forget, we need to actually attach that to the form. So form on submit equals this.handle submit. Probably after we save the thing, we also want to like hide the form. I think we're already passing that in, right? This.props.hide form, hide room form. So after we update state, we could also call this.props.hide room form. Ready? Here's the form. What's our new room name? S2 afternoon, sure. It's not on the list yet. All things JavaScript. Submit. Oh man, this.props.addRoom is not a function. This.add a form. This.add room, you goofball. This.add room. S2 afternoon. Talk about stuff. There it is. And another one. What else do kids today talk about? Fortnite. The NIGHT or NITE, right? Right. All right. Description. I remember when they were the Unreal people, even before Gears of War. I remember when Unreal was a game, not just an engine. Fortnite, general, random, afternoon. Yay. Now on Switch. Totally works. Look at that. Look at this thing. Oh, it's majestic. Add new rooms via the form.